Hello guys, welcome to iTutor. Today we will discuss the barriers to affect communication. Okay, so let's start our topic. The information to be communicated should be clear and accurate. Right. If an individual sends the message and the other one receive it and interpret it in the same way as the sender had intended to express, the process of communication is said to be complete and successful. Right. One communication में क्या होना चाहिए? Clarity होना चाहिए. Right. If we are starting from the sender to the receiver, so meaning what's the sender interpreting that meaning, it should be clear throughout the communication. However, communication is not always successful, and that's why some ladais will happen. If an example, फ्रेंड्स के साथ बात होने के टाइम में मे बी वो कुछ मीनिंग नहीं किया होगा, राइट? तो बट वो कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव नहीं है, दैट्स वाई वो कुछ मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग आ गया. एंड सर्टेन बैरियर्स इन कम्युनिकेशन अफेक्ट द क्लैरिटी, एक्यूरेसी एंड effectiveness of the message. And several things can prevent the message from reaching the intent recipient or from having the desired effect on the recipient. There may be some fault in the communication system as well. So we will see this type of communication barriers. What all are the communication barriers? As the barriers to communicate influence the major variable in the communication process, they may be categorized on various bases. One is semantic barriers. What is semantic barrier? This barrier is related to the process of coding and decoding the messages. Various type of semantic gap found in the day-to-day use of people are the follows. One is words having similar pronunciation but multiple meaning. Of course, so you know, in English also, Malayalam also, the words having similar meaning होते हैं, but pronunciation similar pronunciation but the multiple meaning होते हैं words को. Same pronunciation but are having many meanings. For example, sight, right? So first one, sight is different and sight is different. SITE sight is different. CITE sight. So it may be confusing between the process of communication. So badly expressed message. Second one is badly expressed message. So lack of clarity and precision make the message badly expressed. Lack of coherence, awkward sentence structure, jargon, etc. are common fault which lead to such message. And next one is wrong interpretation. Whenever one interprets a symbol, his understanding may differ with the others. The Hindi word kaka means uncle in one part of the country, but the small boy in another part of the country. So काका का वो मीनिंग अलग है इन अलग अलग जगह में. So that's a wrong interpretation somewhere. And the technical language. When technical language is used in the communication process, it creates barriers in understanding the message in the same sense and the same spirit. When technical jargons or specialist language are used in the communication and conversation process, they create tension, confusion, and misunderstanding between the sender and the receiver. New meaning given to the ordinary words by computer technology. To people who are not familiar with the computers, mouse is only an animal, right? Whereas in computer jargon, it is a device. Mouse is a device. So there is a technical language also in this modern world, right? And second thing is organizational barriers. It may originate in contradictory management policies or too many levels of management or the clash between line and staff operations. The specialized nature of functions or even the special language of those functions may cause it. It may have its source in nor formal, informal or Grappavian transactions. Following are the organizational barriers in communication. What are the organizational barriers here? Organization culture and climate. In every organization, there exists a unique culture and climate. The climate and culture of an organization ultimately influence the freedom, trust, and interaction pattern among people in an organization. Then, organizational rules and regulations. The rules and regulations of the organization vary widely from one organization to another. They may be so rigid that they may influence the flow of information in the wrong direction. And third one is status relationship. The status, power, and position relationship act as the hurdle in the effectiveness of communication. Individual may not be able to say what they wish to say because of their fear of for the position and the power of the other party in the communication process. The complex hierarchical structure of the organization, like too tall or too much of divisionalization of the organization, may not facilitate the free flow of communication. That is status relationship. Then, lack of cooperation between superior and subordinate. There may not be proper cooperation between the superior and subordinate for various personal or organizational relationships, which may hold to improper communication in an organization. And next one is interpersonal barrier. Third one. So, what is interpersonal barrier? The effectiveness of communication depends a lot on the interpersonal relationship between two people. If and when the sender and receiver are at the same economic, educational, and status level, and also have a good rapport with each other, there is hardly any barrier arising in communication. But in case of difference at any level, there is a greater chance of miscommunication. The most common example for this in an organization is the barriers relating to superior and subordinate. The subordinate must follow the order of the superior, carry out all work efficiently, and provide full information related to any matter which arises in the organization or any work. Moreover, the superior should have full confidence in himself and the subordinate. In interpersonal barrier, lack of proper channel is the one reason. There may be complexity in the organizational structure which may influence proper and effective communication from the subordinate. They may not feel free to communicate because of the pressure of position, power, and clarity. And second one is no interest to communicate. There may not be any interest on the part of the subordinate to have a dialogue, discussion, and interaction with their superiors, which affect the communication process adversely. And lack of cooperation. The lack of cooperation and mutual understanding also leads to the hiding of certain information between the superior and subordinates in the organization. That is interpersonal barriers. And lack of trust. There may be a lack of trust and coordination between the superior and the subordinate, which may lead to ineffective communication. And the poor relationship between superior and subordinate. A good relationship must develop between superior and subordinates frequently and freely. They must interact to improve the upward and downward communication system. The superior must listen to the subordinates' suggestions, their problem, and must have faith in them. In the absence of all this, it may so happen that what the superior speaks, the subordinate may not understand it. Okay, that is poor relation between superior and subordinate. And fear of penalty. If subordinate feels that because of free expression and upward communication he will face some type of penalty, there is a possibility that he may not provide a full or correct message to the superior. That is fear of penalty. And individual or psychosociological barriers. What is individual or psychosociological barriers? Individual or psychosociological barriers are the prime barrier in interpersonal communication. People have different style of communication. People are also have a personal feelings, desires, fears, hopes, likes, dislikes, attitudes, views, and opinions. The meaning assigned to a message depends upon the emotional or psychological status of both the parties involved in the process of communication. In individual or psychosociological barriers, the style is one of the reasons. Style, how a person communicate, involves many elements, though style of overlap with several of the other factors in the analysis. It adds its distinct flavor and selective perception. The receiver may make a world of his own around himself. He projects his interest and expectations as he decodes message. He may only take that much piece of information which may suit his world of thinking. As a result, the person acquires incomplete and inappropriate information which influence the communication process. Having a poor self concept or self understanding or a poor understanding of others can cause perceptual distortions. And third one is halo effect. People do not listen carefully because of impressions based on earlier encounters. Even one of the parties having a halo effect will disrupt the flow of communication. And status relationship, there may be status and power relationship which may hinder the communication process and affect the effectiveness of communication. Status effects also hinder communication is a much as people occupying higher position in the organization tend to tell a lot to subordinate but not to listen. Effective communication is not possible. And fifth one is poor attention and retention. About half of the information, if not properly retained, is lost. The sender may suffer from each problem. It also said that about 30% of the information is lost in each oral transmission. Human memory may not always retain what it is told. This causes communication breakdown and necessitates the repetition of the message using several channels. And inattention, the preoccupied mind of the receiver and the reluctant non-listening is one of the major psychologist's barriers. It is because of it that people do not reach to ideas, messages received in communication. And seventh one is undue importance of written words. The undue importance given to the written words may lead to loss of information. The successive information is not accurate and right. Written communication often tells what is to be done but not why it should be done. It takes the persuasive quality. Okay, that is the undue importance of written words. And defensiveness, what is defensiveness? If one feels threatened by a message, one becomes defensive and respond in such a way that reduce the understanding. Such defensive behavior prevent understanding. And closed mind, limited intellectual background, limited reading and narrow interest can cause a person's mind to be narrow. This limits the ability to take in new ideas. People with a closed mind do not take in any new information or suggestion to change. And state of health, physical condition can affect the efficiency in all communication skills. In the case of the poor health condition, the communicating ability is reduced as the mind is not alert and perception is low. And 11th is filtering. Filtering is the process of reducing the detail or aspect of a message. Each person who receives the message reduces it according to his or her understanding of the situation. In this process, much of the important information may be lost or misinterpreted, and the sender will fail to convey what he wants to convey. Okay, And cross cultural geographical barriers. Culture is a shared set of values and attributes of a group. It is the total of the ways of living built up by a group and transmitted from one generation to another. Culture is so much as a part of an individual's manner of talking, behaving, and thinking that communication style and competence are influenced by it. And some of the significant difference between cultures are national character or basic personality and language, values and norms of behaviors, social relationships, concept of time, concepts of space, non-verbal communication, perception. These are some of the significant difference between cultures. And next one is physical barriers or channel and media barriers. So physical distraction causes lots of noise, often literally insufficiently insulated rooms with the car noise filtering through, poor lighting, and such things as a frequent movement of body's posture with a pen in the hand. Even the arrival of coffee at a critical stage on the communication process are the cause of communication barriers in organization. Constant telephone interruption are one of the common physical distraction. These obstacles prevent a message from reaching the intended recipient. So one of the thing is noise. We already discussed. Noise is any disturbance which occurs in the transmission process. In face-to-face conversation without a microphone, the air may be disturbed by noise in the environment such as traffic, factory works, a typewriter clattering away. Suppose as an example is in a classroom, teacher is taking class, right? That time, in case maybe building work was going on in the institution, so carpenters works are there, so the noise will come out of it, right? So these are the disturbing things. So those are the examples when we talking to each other, or two persons are talking, that time somebody is making noise, that's also disturbance. So these are the physical barriers. Okay. And environment interference may also arise from external transceivers, number of links in the chain, and circumstantial factors. The same sort of differentiation in circumstances counts for the channels within each of the levels, and in broader terms for the oral, written, and nonverbal communication. For example, a speech delivered before a small dinner gathering will be different from the same speech delivered before an auditorium full of people. Everyone is markedly different while sitting to watch a cricket match rather than a legal hearing. Still, another circumstantial feature is listener who has a stand, because the seats are all taken in generally not the same as he or she would be if seated comfortably. So these are the barriers in environmental barriers. And defects in the medium. Defects in the device used for transmitting communication are external and usually not in the control of the sender or receiver. Example, there is a range issues in the telephone, right? The telephone, the postal system, the courier service, or even the electronic media may fail or break down. If internet is not there, you can't send an email. That's nobody's fault. Okay. So these are the environmental or defects in the medium of that. These are all included in the barriers. And the next one is technical aspect in the communication barriers. A new technical aspect in the communication barrier are briefly narrated by Murphy's law on communication. Okay, following are the basics in this law on communication. Communication usually fails except by chance in succeeds on account of various barriers. The possibility of success in the flow of communication is rare. If the message can be understood in different ways, it will be understood in just the way that does the most harm. People receive message in their way. In most of the cases, the most harmful sides of communication is considered. It refers to the sender manipulating information so that the receiver will see it as more favorable. In organizations, the information is condensed and synthesized. Objective information does not reach to the authority. The more the vertical levels in the organization's hierarchy, the more opportunities there are for filtering. And meta communication, in a communication apart from the message, there is a meta message exists in the people's minds because of their actions, such as being hard to contact. It is the most important thing in seat word language. And noise in the communication process, noise can enter the communication process because of situational factors. It is one of the factor influence the communication process. Noise is mostly related to mechanical distraction. A few noise distractions are as follows: one is human sound, second is traffic, telephone instrument sound, and channel defects, bird sound, trees, fans, chalk writing, use of duster, projector, and nasal noise voice. These are the example of noise. Okay. And in this chart, you just go through this chart. Now we explained all these barriers. Okay, these are the barriers. You will get general idea and you can easily understand from this chart. So go thoroughly this chart. You will get the idea of barriers to communication and how much barriers are there, and then after that follow it our lecture also, so you will get all the ideas about the barriers. Okay, so this is about it today. So hope you all understood. In case you have any doubts, you just follow it. Also comment it on comment box. We will reply you. And I hope you are all preparing well. The next exam is on after 2-3 weeks only. You have left. Prepare first paper and second paper parallelly and go through the revision also. Okay, thank you.